Hi, Sufei. This video will be the application video for my EST application. So in this video, I will answer the 5 questions stated in your email. So first, how do you personally connect with Team Seller and why does it matter to you? And I would say that Team Seller is actually the first task assigned to me when I was first recruited in Isaac. So during that time, I was, like what I mentioned before to you, is that I will prefer self-learning. Is that I will look for all the information about the task that I'm going to do. So during that time, in the middle of looking all the information about team minimal, I was stopped by my team leader that stop doing all the things and looking for all the information because he want to have a changes in my sub function, and he wanted to kickstart the implementation of Team Center. So during that time, the information and knowledge about Team Center that I can find in Isaac Hub is very limited because it's a new thing, right? But then I think my knowledge about Team Center getting more and more is during my consultation phase with the team leader in my entity. So during that time, I was conducting a member survey, if I'm not mistaken, member survey ML survey every week, every month based on the stages that in Team Center. So during that time, after collecting all the data in response from the members in my entity, I will need to schedule a consultation space with the team leader. So during that time, in the consultation space, I learned a lot about like the reality of the team and how the team is performing and how members can skip the building phase and straight away go into the performing stage. So during that time, Team Standard actually matter to me a lot because it's actually the process that a team leader should implement in the team, and also the process and stages that a member should have when they're first recruited in an organization. And I see Team Standard as the ultimate solution for team leader if Team Standard is well implemented in the team. So so for the second question, can you elaborate your crazy idea to improve Team Standard implementation in AM? For my application, I jot down that for implemented team among VP in selected entity. So I think Team Standard implementation shouldn't be the responsibility and of MCVP or even the EST team solely, because I think by forming a network and implement a team, that we can have a better brainstorm idea. We can brainstorm the idea together, because if Team Standard implementation is just solely the responsibility of MCVP PM or the EST team, then I think the implementation is not that effective. But before that, I would think that first we will need to understand how other entities do Team Standard first. Then if there is a good case practice, then we can hack the process or even use their idea as well. And for the third question, what kind of leadership engagement style do you expect from Sufei to lead you as my EST? I think my working behavior will be very direct. Is that I will prefer direct communication, and between you and me, it's like I would prefer is there any problem or any feedback that you can give to me, I would prefer you can directly tell me about this. And then one more thing is that I would prefer have a defined goal and strategy to work on. is that, yeah, so that I can take full charge on all the things that I need to do towards the goal. And fourth question, what do I need to take note about when leading you to provide you with the best EST experience? I think for this question, I just briefly tell you about my strength and weakness, so that yeah, you can see how you can take like anything that you can take note on this. So my strength will be like, because I just get the feedback from my LCP that about like my strength and weaknesses. So my strength is from her. My strength will be the consistency and independence. It's like I can work alone and work in a really consistent and routine based. And my weakness will be I cannot really be an influencer. It's like from the way for my communication especially, it's like I cannot, the way I'm speaking and the way I communicate with other is not that effective enough to influence other people. Yeah. So for the last question, are you able to cope with EST and LCVP when you get elected as LCVP PM? And I think I'm able to cope with, because how I see EST role and VP PM role is quite connected to each other. That yeah, I even think that if I able to take out EST role, then any changes or any improvisation on the strategy from MC side can be more can be implemented in my entity in a faster way. Yeah, so that's all for me. Thank you, Sufei. Bye bye.